And Claude read every order in my store, looked at what James had bought before, and wrote him the perfect upsell, referencing his last orders, spotting the pattern, and then giving him the perfect product that actually fits what he'd want. It's pretty amazing what Claude Code can do for your Shopify store. It can replace a whole lot of apps and actually move the metrics that matter. In this video, I'll show you how to let Claude control your store to fix SEO, create urgency that converts, and send personalized offers based on a customer's buying history. To get this working, we're going to need two things. The first being the AI Toolkit. This is newly released by Shopify, and it tells Claude how to do everything on Shopify. So things like the documentation, the API schemas, all the best practices. And the second one will be the Shopify CLI. And this is what Claude uses to actually run things. This is what it uses to push themes, do GraphQL mutations, and deployments. So Claude reads from one and runs the other. And both are official from Shopify. They're both free. And the setup's really easy. Let's jump into that. So you're going to want to install the Shopify CLI globally, and you're going to want to keep it updated because it does update frequently. And once you run that npm install command, just do a Shopify version to make sure it comes back with the latest one. And then the new Shopify AI Toolkit tells Claude exactly how to use the CLI to ensure your agent works with Shopify correctly. And to install in Claude Code, I'd recommend using the plugin, and we can just run these two commands. And because this AI Toolkit is fairly new, it's going to be updated a lot. So that's why I use the plugin, because it gets updated automatically. So now the Shopify AI Toolkit plugin's installed. We've already got the CLI for Shopify configured. The next step before we start building is just to connect Claude Code with our Shopify store. Then all you have to do is just connect up Claude Code with your store. And the way I do it is I just say connect to Shopify store, and then I just paste in the URL from the admin console of your store. And inside that, it's going to have the name of the store. Additionally, I say save connection command to Claude MD. And the reason for that is sometimes Claude Code loses the connection. And so if you just store the Claude MD file, that's the file it reads every time it starts a new session in this project. So then in future sessions, it's going to know exactly what to do. And from here, it just pops up in your browser to authenticate to your store. And here's the store we're working with. It's a coffee company that just specializes in high altitude coffee. And I'd recommend never actually connecting Claude to your production store. Authenticate it to a dev store and then use deployments to take that to production. Search engine optimization is still a big deal in e-commerce. And because of that, you see a lot of apps in the App Store promising to use AI to enhance your product descriptions. What I've found is using this technique actually works better than all those apps. So the prompt just says optimize the SEO for all products on this shop, the Altitude Coffee Company. I find next what really helps is to specify your ideal customer. And usually I'll keep this in a separate markdown file where we can get really detailed on what my ideal customer is and what they want out of my store. We can see at a high level here, I'm just saying this is a coffee enthusiast who searches by origin, process, and elevation. And they use these searches to compare roasters before buying. Then it goes on to say, update the SEO.title and SEO.description on Shopify on every product in the store to match how this customer searches. And then said, lead with elevation and origin keywords. And the last part of the prompt is really important because I want before and after results. So I want it to log everything it had before for description and then what it does afterwards, and a sentence on why it thinks the new description is an improvement. And the reason this is really important is because what you'll find out in e-commerce is that it's kind of a never-ending game. You're always optimizing, always just trying to get one more tenth of a percentage point your conversion rates up. And if you keep all this data, Claude's going to be really good at looking through it later, comparing it with the analytics, and seeing if your changes actually improved things or made things worse or didn't have much of an effect. So now Claude's going away and running the Shopify CLI. So you see that here with the Shopify store execute. This is just grabbing all the products in the store. And then it's building batches of GraphQL. And GraphQL is what it uses to actually change the products. And so it's intelligently creating these batches to update a certain number of products at a time. So this will be really helpful if you have a store with, say, thousands of products. It's going to batch it up so you don't hit any API limits or anything like that. So in this case, we're just updating the SEO titles and descriptions. You can also use the same prompt, just update the title and description that the actual user sees as well. But I'd recommend keeping these in separate audit files so you can really track everything. The more, the better. And now that it's built all those GraphQL batches, it actually just runs them with the Shopify CLI again. And we see it here by specifying the query file and then giving the allow mutations flag so it can actually write and update the products. And then at the end, we have our SEO changes markdown file. And then here we see the markdown file for the change log of all the SEO changes it did. And the rationale seems very strong. It led with the #1 target phrase, Ethiopian natural coffee. Layers in the famed Yirgacheffe origin and calls out the elevation of 1900 meters for altitude-driven searches. So this is great because we can use this data later to compare it against our Google Analytics, for example. Claude's really good at doing that kind of analytics work, and having this paper trail is really going to help us. And that's why I say, in my opinion, this method is better than trying to use one of the many apps in the App Store to do this kind of work, because this way we can keep iterating and keep improving on it. For example, we could spin up a research agent in Claude for each of these different rows. And you might have noticed when Claude was working, actually in this case, it didn't even need to use the AI Toolkit from Shopify. It just used the CLI to do all this. And that's pretty common for more simple use cases. But as we get going here, you'll start to see the AI Toolkit come into play. In e-commerce, one tactic that can really improve your conversion rates is creating a sense of urgency for your customer. So let's try to add a limited time discount code to this website. And adding the discount code and putting a banner up is easy. You can just do that in Shopify admin. But you've probably seen this. What we actually want to do is put in a countdown timer, so a visual about how long the sale is going on for. So that actually requires an update to the code of the theme of your Shopify store. The prompt for this one, I'm going to say create a 15% off discount code that expires in 48 hours. And then add a countdown banner to the homepage showing the code and time remaining. It should feel urgent, but premium, matching the brand. And then again, I'm saving the summary of what we did to a sale activation markdown file. So the first thing Claude does is it creates the discount. So it uses GraphQL commands to actually create the discount for us. So now it's live. Next is going to the theme that we have active. And it's going to start inspecting the theme, the actual code of the theme. And then Claude went ahead and just implemented it. And I like how it created a separate .liquid file for this under sections. And that's important because in the future, if we want to do this again, now it's a reusable component. We can keep reusing it. It also set the discount to expire automatically and given us a way to remove the banner, both from the theme editor and from a mutation that it developed in GraphQL. And then put all that information in sale activation with the date. But unfortunately, it didn't do a very good job here. We can see the banner is just sitting right on top of our menu bar. It's hard to see it. And then it did add the countdown timer, but it doesn't look like that's the right countdown time. It's saying 26 hours. It should be a 48-hour countdown. So it's things like this is why I say never connect it to your live store. Always start with your dev store and then do a migration to production when everything's actually good. We're just taking some screenshots, sending that back to Claude, and it fixed that right up. So we're good to go now. We got our banner with our discount code. Now we've got a countdown timer. That's correct now, giving it the right amount of time before the actual discount code expires. And again, with this one, I think this does a better job than, say, an app you download off the App Store. You're stuck paying every month for it. And you're often kind of stuck with what they give you. This way, you got full control. Now, say I want to add like a low stock badge. I could just tell Claude, give it this product and just tell it to do that. So there's all kinds of ways I can edit this theme to add urgency to it. And I can keep experimenting. Quick thing before the last one, I sent out a monthly email on using AI to run an e-commerce store. Workflows like you just saw, stuff I'm testing, and what's actually working. Links in the description, and I hope to see you there. For this next one, we're starting to get to the holy grail of e-commerce, which is deep analytics and then micro-targeting of your customers. So in this story, I have a couple hundred orders. So we're going to start Claude by just doing analysis. So we're going to say analyze the purchase history and then find the top customer. Identify what they buy, how often, and what they haven't tried yet. So we can generalize a personalized product recommendation and create a unique discount code just for them. And as always, we're saving the insights into a markdown file, along with some rationale, what the recommendation is, and then the discount code we're building. So Claude's found the top customer, James Galloway. He spent over $3,000 over 10 orders. And so now it's drilling down into his orders, figuring out what he's bought and what's missing. And after it dug through his order history, it's going to recommend a targeted 20% off coupon for high pass espresso. It's chosen because it features Ethiopia, which is his dominant origin, and the coffees he's bought before. And its Ethiopian component matches his altitude preference. It's also set up for the equipment he's bought on the site. If we look back in the Shopify admin, we see it's created this VIP code. If we look inside there, it's the 20% and it is scoped to James Galloway. And then if we look in the customer's insights markdown file created for us, it's done quite a lot of analysis here. And then the suggested outreach message is also really good. It first acknowledges everything he's ordered so far. And then as a personalized message says, we think you'd find something unexpected in our high pass espresso, which pairs an Ethiopian lot, the same origin family you keep coming back to. Again, the personalization. It pulls beautifully as a long AeroPress too, which again is a reference back because he bought the AeroPress from the store as well. So just putting so much together is really tailored to this specific person. And at the end, it gives them his personalized VIP code here with his initials VIP20. So this is really impressive, especially when you start doing this at scale. Just think of this for a big store with lots of customers. You can have so many ways to analyze and put it together to give personalized messages to all of them. There's almost no way this wouldn't improve your conversion rates. But like I was saying before, like in this case, I did create this discount code right in Shopify. So you always want to do this on a dev system because you don't want to creating these codes live because if it gets something wrong, it could cost you a lot of real money. Unfortunately, Shopify doesn't really have a great staging to production pipeline like you see on something like Vercel. But there are lots of ways to work around this. So I'll put a link in the description on how you can contact me, but feel free to reach out if you need some help with that. So now with that in place, I'm actually going to set it up to send an email to the customer. At this point now, it's looking for the right way to do this. So it's looking at the skill. That's from that Shopify AI Toolkit. So it's actually reading that skill and the best approach to actually send an email and develop an email campaign. This is the first point we've gotten more sophisticated. We're just going to need that Shopify AI Toolkit to do the job right. And then using that skill is able to register the marketing activity with Shopify. So now it has UTM tracking. So it's going to appear in Shopify's analytics and attribution works when this person clicks through. And as always, I asked for a full summary of everything it did for this email campaign and I put it in this markdown file. There's a limitation that it hit though, even with that plugin. As a known limitation with Shopify email, and it's trying to prevent like spamming and stuff like that. So they don't actually open up a mutation in GraphQL for sending the actual email. You still have to do that through the UI. But in this case, I'm going to use an API outside of Shopify called resend to actually send the email. And once I put in that resend API key, it sent the email right away. And Claude read every order in my store, looked at what James had bought before, and wrote him the perfect upsell, referencing his last orders, spotting the pattern, and then giving him the perfect product that actually fits what he'd want, as well as a custom produced discount code. I also really like the design Claude produced for the email. It's minimalist, but still nice to look at. It looks professional. And all the links work and the discount code works as well. Really impressive stuff. That's 3 real upgrades to a store in one session using the Shopify CLI and their new AI toolkit. If you run a store and want some help building stuff like this, the link's below. I hope you're having an amazing day. I'll talk to you in the next one.